Hello, everybody. Welcome. How are you? I know a lot of you will be watching this on replay since I didn't schedule this ahead of time. But I wanted to come in and just connect with you around gratitude. So if you follow me on Facebook, you know that Mondays are Gratitude Monday. And I've been doing it for, I don't even remember how long right now, but a long time. And I just share a post reminding people to try to connect to a sense of appreciation for the good in our lives. And so I wanted to come in today and share this experience with you live. Do a little meditation to feel in your body a sense of appreciation for the things that make you feel good, make you feel connected, make you smile or laugh, bring excitement and joy. So I am going to walk you through, guide you through a brief experience. You can call it meditation, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but it's an opportunity to really allow yourself to connect with something that has brought something good to your life. It could be something really small or big, and I'll kind of talk you through that. So welcome, everybody. Good to see you. So I will leave time at the end to go through comments. And if you've got any questions about this process, this experience, please feel free to share as well, and I'll address things at the end. So I don't think I've talked about this much on YouTube, but if you follow me on Facebook, I talk about gratitude all the time. The reason that I have Gratitude Monday is because gratitude played a really important role in my own healing. A really important role, and it continues to keep me connected to all that is good, even on days that are harder. And these last several months have been hard for most of us. No matter where you're at in the world, if you're watching this, the last several months have been hard for a variety of reasons. Things that just kind of build on top of themselves, I guess. And so being able to connect with gratitude in the midst of the difficulty going on around us or even within us can play a really important role in kind of keeping us from going to the depths of hopelessness, despair, and disconnection. There's a lot happening in the world and in the US in particular in these last few months or so. A lot of unrest, a lot of re-traumatizing, a lot of trauma. And so taking this opportunity to really go through a process of working to connect with what that appreciation feels like in your body can help you reconnect with that, not just in moments that you might be struggling, though that is when it's really helpful, but also just on a regular basis to help kind of strengthen that gratitude muscle so that as you go through your day, no matter what's happening, your ability to feel that sense of gratitude, to connect back to that sense of gratitude is easier. And when you are connected to gratitude, it helps, as I said, keep you from sinking deeper. So let's start with just taking a moment. And if it feels comfortable to you, maybe closing your eyes and just listen to my cues. If something doesn't feel okay to you, then obviously you can open your eyes and you can stop at any time. You can come back and listen to this later. But I'm going to try to walk you through a few moments for you to connect to something that you feel appreciative of, and connecting to the feeling that that can bring up for you in your body. So again, if it's comfortable to you, close your eyes and just kind of connect with your breath. Don't force it in any way. Just make sure that you're breathing. And if you're breathing in a shallow way, or if you're holding your breath, just see if you can get your breath to become natural and steady. Breathing fully, but don't force it. Just make sure that you're breathing well. Connecting with your body. If you're sitting, feeling the weight of your body sink into the surface below you, whether it's something that is like a cushion or even if it's a hard surface, just feeling the weight of that surface supporting you, kind of letting your body weight melt in to that surface. And with every exhalation, feeling your body relax a bit more. If you're lying down, letting your entire body, every part of your body that is touching that surface, letting your body feel the connection to that surface, sinking in further with every exhalation. That by itself, feeling maybe a release of tension or constriction in your body, that might even be something to feel grateful for. Giving your muscles a bit of ease, letting the blood flow more freely through your body because your muscles maybe aren't as constricted as they were. So as you're letting your body relax, letting your breathing fuel your body, reaching your fingertips, your toes, and everywhere in between. Now, take a moment and just reflect on something. It can be big, or it could be something really fairly small that maybe you don't really give a lot of thought to. It's completely overlooked. It could be something from a long time ago or this morning. Sorry. I think this may have cut out. So I'm not sure what you heard last, but the idea is feeling your body relax, allowing the oxygen move through your body, and with each exhalation, feeling your body relax more. And with your eyes closed, if that feels comfortable to you, reflect back. It could be something from a long time ago or this morning, but on something that felt good, brought a moment of peace, a smile to your face, something that made you laugh, something you felt excited about. Just reflect back on that moment, whatever it was that you experienced. Maybe it was something on your own, or maybe it involved somebody else. Just go back to that moment and notice what comes up in your body. Where do you feel that feeling, whatever that feeling is? Notice where you feel that and what it feels like. Notice what that brings to your life, how it feels good. What is it that feels good about it? Feel that in your body. Maybe it's a warmth in your heart, butterflies in your belly, excitement, peace, a smile. Just allow yourself to feel that. Keeping your eyes closed if that feels okay. And just reflect back on that moment. Reconnect with what it feels like in your body. Your expression of that feeling. Again, whether it was a smile or maybe you said something. Letting your mind and your body connect back to that moment or those moments. Really feeling what that felt like. And just take a few moments to breathe and stay connected to that. Replaying the experience and the feeling. Really noticing the feeling in your body. Letting yourself really reconnect back to that as you felt at the time. This is the sense of gratitude that you can connect to. Being able to feel appreciative of that experience, of that moment, that person. Being able to feel the gratitude for being able to experience it, even if it was just for a moment. Big things, little things, they all matter. And sometimes it's the little moments that can make the biggest difference in our lives, because the little moments happen with some regularity. We just don't pay that much attention. So we let them kind of float on by without really grabbing a hold, taking it in and feeling it in our body. So taking the time periodically to practice this not only can make you feel better in a moment, but the more that you practice connecting to gratitude, the more impact it has. The more it fills you up. So in those moments of struggle or those days of struggle, whatever that struggle might look like, if you practice gratitude regularly, that takes up space in your being, in your mind, and in your body. And so when that struggle is there, it doesn't have as much space to fill. A regular gratitude practice makes such a huge difference. And I want to be clear, I'm not talking about gratitude as a way to deny or bypass struggle or difficulty. That would go against everything that I talk about. That's not at all what I'm talking about. And I know that there are a lot of messages out there about finding the blessing in the hard things, finding the lesson that we can learn from traumatic experiences. I don't like it. I don't buy into that, and I think it's harmful to just send that message over and over again. What I'm talking about is recognizing that we have the capacity innately. We don't have to do anything extra other than connect with what is already there. We have the capacity within us to experience really hard things, to live with really hard things, past or present, and be able to connect to things that are good. And part of healing is about being able to find that capacity. Well, find maybe isn't the best word. It's about, because it's there, you don't have to actually find it. It's about connecting and trusting to that capacity already within you. As I was saying at the beginning, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and there has been pretty much the entire year. And it's important to recognize that and honor where we're at with that, feeling whatever it is that we're feeling about it. And we can also recognize moments that have felt good in some way, or better. Maybe it doesn't feel good, but even better is something to feel grateful for. That was part of how I started my gratitude journey, was identifying moments when I felt better than I had. I had just been in a car accident and experienced shoulder and neck injuries, and I was in quite a bit of pain for some time. But there were some days that my headache wasn't as bad. And that's what I tried on those days. That's what I tried to pay attention to. It wasn't easy because it still sucked. It still hurt. But that was a big thing that helped me connect with what it can feel like, even in difficult times, to be able to feel a sense of appreciation or gratitude. And I want that for you. And we all have the capacity to connect with that. So remember, gratitude isn't about all the big things. It's not about finding the blessing in trauma or the blessing in COVID or anything else. It's just about being able to recognize both and feeling, connecting back to the feeling in your body of what that feels like. And I would encourage you to take this practice, whether it's through a meditation or in a journal, and try every day to take a few moments and connect with something that you feel grateful for, something that you feel appreciative of, a person, an experience, a moment. Thank you for joining me for this meditation. So, I have been, I think, having some internet issues. So I apologize for that. I'm not sure where it cut out or what was cut out, but hopefully you got enough of it to get a sense of what this practice is. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Good morning. Gratitude can feel like a life jacket sometimes. Absolutely. Gratitude really is, it energetically, literally, it shifts your internal state. When you connect to that, especially if you can reconnect to the feeling in your body, it can literally shift from fear, hurt, sadness, grief, whatever it might be. When you can connect to something that feels like gratitude or appreciation, it literally shifts that energetic state. Now, depending on what's going on, it may revert back fairly quickly once you stop consciously thinking about it. But that's why it's a practice. The more you practice, and there's very little I promise, very, very little that I promise, but I really feel like I can promise that the more that you practice it, the more beneficial it becomes. When you really give yourself the time and the space to go through something like I just walked you through, where you really feel the connection in your body, what that feels like in your body, you're shifting how your body responds. So if you're feeling anxious, for example, or hurt, maybe, you know what that feels like in your body, right? You probably feel it in your chest. You might even feel it in your belly. You might feel it in constriction in your body. If you connect to something or someone in this particular situation that maybe you have felt connected to, somebody who brought a smile to your face or made you laugh, when you can put your energy there and reconnect to what that feels like in your body, you move your body, so not just your thoughts, but you move that energy in your body from that hurt place into a place of connection, into a place of feeling what that feels like in your body, to feel connected, to laugh, to smile, to enjoy a time with somebody. And when you move your body from this state of fear or hurt into this state, even if it's momentarily, you shift it. And the more you practice it, the easier going from here to here becomes. The more natural it becomes over time. And I know if it's not something that you're very practiced at, it can feel like it takes a lot of work. But the more we practice it, the less work it takes. And having a daily practice of gratitude, a daily practice, it doesn't have to take long, but a daily practice of gratitude makes a huge difference. When I started my gratitude practice, I was writing the same things every single day. And they were my children's health. I was grateful that my children were healthy. I was grateful that I was healthy. Many days I was grateful that I felt better that day than the day before. My husband traveled, so I was grateful that he got to where he was going safely. So there were days that it was literally just the same things over and over again. But the reality was I was grateful for those things. I just typically didn't think about them much. And so when we can really connect to, like I thought about when I would write, I'm grateful my children are healthy. Well, of course I was grateful. But when I would take the time to really sit with that for a moment, what does that feel like to be grateful that my children were healthy? I was a worrier, so I knew what it felt like to worry about my children not being healthy. Being able to connect to the fact that they were felt very different. So connecting to that. I know what it would feel like if my husband didn't get to where he was going safely. So connecting to how it felt when he did get there safely, that sense of relief, that sense of knowing that he was safe. Being able to let go of the fear that I held in my body every time that he traveled. The more we practice, the more beneficial it becomes. Connecting back to 5th grade, yes, being able to reflect back to different times in our lives is really helpful, because especially when your childhood or a particular time in your earlier life was really challenging or painful or traumatic, being able to go back to times around there that there were good things that you experienced can be really beneficial, because our body and our thoughts tend to hold on to the really difficult times, the feelings associated with those times, which makes sense, and that's what we do as humans. So if we can go back and connect to those experiences that were positive with other people, or times that we had like with friends, or school experiences, different things like that, if we can connect back to that and remember those moments, it can help kind of take up space again, so that when we reflect back, instead of seeing our whole experience as incredibly painful, we can begin to create space and reconnect with those moments that weren't. And that, I think, is an important part of healing as well. I'm glad that you got to have that experience. So, happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for joining me for this very impromptu meditation. I do share every Monday, or almost every Monday, on my Facebook page, Courageous Journeys, a prompt to help you connect with gratitude. So if you'd like more, you can follow me on Facebook. Just look for Courageous Journeys, and come back to this practice for yourself. And whether that is listening to this meditation, there's probably others as well, or even just on your own, taking a few moments, maybe even throughout your day, to practice can make a difference. Starting your day, even before you get out of bed, connecting to something that you feel grateful for, can actually shift how you experience your day, or at least your morning. Connecting with gratitude before you go to bed at night can move you out of the stress, the struggle of the day, to that feeling in your body of gratitude, which can help in sleep. So I hope that you do take this practice with you and continue. Some days it's easier than others to connect with gratitude, but again, it's a practice. And a practice means that you're not going to do it every day. It means some days are a lot more challenging to do it than others. It means that sometimes you do it and you feel like you don't really know what you're doing. or maybe that it's not all that helpful. But the more you do it, the more beneficial it becomes. I'm glad that you appreciated it, Benji. I'm glad that it felt good to you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. By the way, I'm going to be popping in again sometime soon to ask for some feedback from you, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all for joining me. Have a beautiful week. Take some time to connect with what you're grateful for. Have a beautiful week, everybody. Bye. My pleasure, colleague. Bye, everybody.